Fourth quarter action underway here on Glicod. 63-30. A computer problem, computer crash, and we are back at it. And hopefully you've picked us back up on the stream. My apologies. We missed a Kyle Roberts free throw and a Brandon Northern three-point bucket. Northern has 30 on the night. And we are just a couple of points away, Silver Creek points away from putting a running clock into action here this evening. So our apologies for that issue, but we are back and running. We'll be with you through the rest of the game. We sure hope. Northern to Cooper Murley, back to Northern, as Northern directs some traffic there. And down in underneath, Stricker hits.
Stricker got away with a little hop there before he did that.
8 points for Stricker.
He hopped before he made that move.
Hopped before he shot.
Yep.
Hop on pop.
Got away with it.
Ottersbach with it, left wing. And dumps it down to Cam Wheeler. Now to Northern. Northern works it down into traffic and just underhands that ball up and took an awkward step there, but he is up and moving. Pickerel on the other end to Ottersbach. Ottersbach finds French, and French lays it home.
Good hard cut there by French.
So French with 5 points, and hey, we've got a chance to hear from one of our fourth quarter sponsors here on Glicod. Maybe.
Nobody wants to be told that they have cancer. When you find out that you have cancer, you want to make sure and try to get it treated as quickly as possible. That's what Priority Radiology did for me. The time they saved me from fretting about it is something I can't repay. They got me my results within 3 hours. It's unheard of to get that kind of results that quick. I can't hardly tell you how important that was for my mental state. It really helped me get through that day.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on Glicod.
As the Dragons bring the ball up the court, 65-32 our score here in the fourth quarter. And again, our apologies for missing a little bit of that third. Shot up by Northern won't go, and down into the hands of Tackett for the Pirates. And then Northern picks the pocket of Pickerel, takes it to the other end, and waved off travel.
Well, I didn't see that.
Kind of lost the handle on the way up, I thought, but that, of course, was on the way up. That doesn't make much sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
So Pickerel to take the ball out on the inline, turnover on the Dragons.
Okay.
Thierman dumps it to French. French, right side, takes it in. Jump shot, can't get it to go on that runner. Stricker brings it out to Northern, back to Stricker in traffic, and he's fouled.
I like to see that nice move there by French, though. He had a decent shot there, just couldn't get it drop.
Charlestown foul number 32, Hilton.
A little bit of a tough intro to the Mid-Southern Conference for Matt Lynch, brand new coach at Charlestown.
Yeah, I mean,
coming up from Tell City, you know, this is a tough building and tough team to have to play against here.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it was good that they started out with a win, and
absolutely.
You know, he may take some lumps here, but you know, they just got to stay the course. That's all you can do.
Well, after graduating 8 players too, that makes it awfully tough too. Stricker gets 1 of 2. He's got 9 on the evening. And into the hands of French, got to the elbow and then kicks it back out to Pelton. Back to French. And down inside, that was Thierman trying to find Ottersbach and ends up pitching it out of bounds.
Yeah, just a little bit too hard on that pass.
Ottersbach's got those good wide receiver hands. We saw him in Pirate uniform during football season. But just a little tough there.
Yeah.
Shane with it, right wing. Now back to Northern, to Stricker. Spin move in the lane, up, under, tough shot, gets it to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he got that one in. That was a tough shot.
Thierman with it, trying to find Helton down low, but Shane's really pushing everybody off that block. Good lower body. Pickrell uses the glass and gets it to go.
Nice left hand there by Pickrell. Took advantage of the switch there.
7 points on the night for Pickrell, and that one laid in by Bryce Henderson.
Good move there, too.
On that baseline, and we've got a timeout on the floor. No, we're just going to roll players in.
Yeah. See if they make him take the timeout.
He was trying to get that before the ball came back in. So Northern and Shane and Stricker head to the sideline. Murley and Hoffman and Garton and Roberts all come in the ball game.
I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with Hoffman. He's got some nice moves inside there. Coach's son.
Coach's son. Thierman. Back out to Higdon. Higdon thought about driving it to Pickrell. Pickrell trying to find Thierman in on that block. And Thierman, he's not afraid down in there.
No, good entry
6
pass
points. There. Hayden Garton takes it to the other end. Can't get it to go. Scrum for the ball. And Ottersback comes out of there with it. And nice pass there to Ottersback. Just couldn't get the 8-foot shot on the baseline to go.
Well, I guarantee you Pickrell's glad to see Northern out of the ball game.
Henderson brought that ball down and ended up getting upended just to cross the half-court line. He's got the ball with it now. Now to Hoffman. And through hands of Garton and Roberts.
They're just running a flex variation right now.
That's Murley. Murley with the three. Cooper Murley, Jr.
He said, hey, if you're going to give it to me, I'm going to take it.
Knocks down his 5th point of the night. 73-36. Thierman. That's Helton. Helton tries to drive it in, bounces it off the head of Murley. And got a couple players going to the bench. Another in the ball game.
Another big kid coming in here for
Jacob
Silver Creek.
Mattingly, 6'6" junior. Triggering in, Thierman to Pickrell. Pickrell takes it into the lane, left hand,
nice
up and
move.
in.
Nice move by Pickrell.
Pickrell, his 9th point on the evening. Baseline move there by Nate Davidson, and then a jump ball.
Yeah, he got down there and had nothing to do with it.
Ball stays with Silver Creek. Minute 20 remains here in the 4th period. And triggers in. That's Amari Cox in the ball game. And now Murley. Now into the hands of Mattingly. And it's Davidson with it. Back to Cox. Now Henderson finds Cox in the corner. And Silver Creek's just trying to work the ball around really more than anything.
Yeah.
End up pitching it out of bounds. We are on a running clock. We're at 35 seconds, so
yeah, they're just running a little bit of
not going to stop for anything now.
Old-fashioned flex there, all they're running, trying to use clock up.
Well, as our opening ball game here for Southern Indiana High School basketball, we got on the air okay, and that's French knocking that home, and made it to the 3rd quarter before any sort of event, and so a little computer technology problem there, but we made it through the end of the ball game, and the home Silver Creek Dragons will improve to 2-0. The Charlestown Pirates fall to 1-1 on the new season, and that's the ball game. 73-40, our final, and come on back for the post-game show here on Glicod.
Opioid overdoses in Clark County are at record highs. That's why the Clark County Health Department is now training volunteers to administer to victims of opioid abuse the drug Narcan, which may reverse its effects. To find out when and where CPR and Narcan training will be available, visit clarkhealth.net. You can help control the opioid epidemic. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is 1 billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
What? No.
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
Hi, this is Sheriff JAMEY NOEL of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Interstate Batteries. Find a wide selection of batteries for all types of vehicles at their locally owned Jeffersonville location, 1510 Production Road.
At Silver Creek High School, where the Dragons emerge victorious in this early season action, 73-40 over the Charlestown Pirates. The Dragons out to a 2-0 start. Pirates 1-1, and the Silver Creek now on a 15-game winning streak dating all the way back to January 30th of 2021 when they lost to Bloomington South. Should tell you that our ticker at the moment brought to you by Packy Page, Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page. Call Packy at 812-202-7271. Well, just your thoughts in general. We'll get some stats here in a couple minutes, but your thoughts just in general, Jeff, on this ball game and both teams.
Silver Creek, pretty impressive. Obviously, they had some talent sitting over there on the bench that wasn't playing last year, obviously, for good reason. I mean, but they got to play against these guys in practice every day. It had to make them a lot better, even if they didn't get a lot of game time.
Yeah.
So, that was very impressive. Now, Charlestown, you got to, again, they're playing a bunch of young kids that didn't play last year. I mean, they lost 9 players, and didn't have a lot of scoring back at all. So they didn't quit. They played hard. The coach Lynch has got to be happy with the way they competed, but they got a long way to go. And like most teams, they'll be a lot better come February than they are right now.
All right, well, let's step away. When we return, we'll have some final stats for you, and we still have most outstanding player coming, and want to make sure and get to that, and stay tuned for that. So come on back as the Dragons emerge victorious in this second game of the new year, 73-40 over the Pirates.
This second shift, this old pair of pants, this staycation, this brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it is not right for teens. Paid for by Drug-Free Communities, the Department of Mental Health and Addictions, and Our Place.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
I'm your cat, and ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is a billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
Skyline for me is like my second home. So I started off at drive-thru, and then the next thing I know I was serving full-time. My favorite regulars are always the ones with the kids. We're just laughing, talking, catching up on whatever's going on in our lives. Sometimes when I'm working the drive-thru, I'll hear a specific voice, and I know exactly who it is. When they pull around, I'm so excited to see them, and they're just as happy to see me. Skyline is more than just a restaurant to me. It's a fun place to work, and it's a fun place to eat.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on Glicod.
The Dragons improved to 2-0 and with their win tonight over the Charlestown Pirates, 73-40. And it's time for the final stats. Look at tonight's final numbers from German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. And as far as what is up on the graphic there, Jeff, why don't you go through those team stats, and then I'll do the the scoring.
Well, an amazing thing was that Silver Creek for the game was 21 out of 31 from two-point range. They finished 28 out of 51 overall. And they were 7 of 20 from three-point range, 10 of 14 from the foul line, 19 total rebounds, only 8 turnovers. Charlestown, big difference in shot attempts. I mean, Charlestown was 11 out of 24 for the game. Silver Creek shot twice as many attempts. They shot the ball, at about a 45, 46% clip. 8 out of 14 from the line. Better job second half on the boards, 15 rebounds, out-rebounded Silver Creek 10-7 in the second half. The 19 turnovers, only 8 in the second half, but still that really hurt their chances tonight. Way too many turnovers, and you got to credit a lot of that. Some of them were unforced, but you really got to credit. I mean, Silver Creek's ball denial, especially out on the wings, was outstanding tonight. They just wouldn't let Charlestown get in their offense very, very easily at all. So, and Northern did a great job on. Stats didn't show. He got a steal or two, I think, but he really pressured Pickerel out there out front, and Pickerel had a hard time getting him into their offense out there.
And likewise, Trey Shane had several just breakups and so forth, especially in the first half when the Silver Creek is in that press, and that won't show up in the box score either. Well, let's go over scoring for the Charlestown Pirates in their loss. Austin Pickerel led the team with 9, 7 for Carson Higdon, 7 also for Ethan French, 6 for Trace Thierman, and then 4 apiece for Jake Helton and Jake Ottersbach, and 3 for Grayson Connell. On the Silver Creek side, they were led by Brandon Northern and his 30 points. And again, he was coming off a 31-point performance against Columbus East, so averaging 30.5. That's quite an early season for him. Next up was Zach Stricker with 11. 6 for Walker Hoffman. Cooper Murley had 5. Cameron Wheeler had 5. Kyle Roberts had 5, and I just realized I missed Trey Shane's 7. Trey Shane was 7, and then 2 points for Nate Davidson, and one more. Bryce Henderson had a 2-point bucket as well. That rounds out the scoring for the Dragons. Again, that's a look at tonight's finals numbers from German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. Well, we will step away. When we come back, we will get you the most outstanding players of the ball game, and let's do that when we return here on Glicod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
I was at practice one day, kind of made a cut through the lane, and I noticed that I landed on my knee a little weird. I saw my trainer here at school, and they highly recommended that I go to Priority Radiology. Any athlete, when you do go down with an injury, the first thing you think about is just how long that you're going to be out. Going to Priority Radiology, where I could get my results back quickly, made a big difference because I wasn't left waiting for weeks before I could even start a treatment. I was able to get what I needed right away.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
We've always gone to Skyline. As soon as we get there, the girls run to make sure that we can get the counter. It's kind of neat for the kids to sit there and watch their food being made.
It's like right in front of you, showing kind of like how it's actually done. It's awesome because it's a Skyline thing.
Very, very, very awesome.
Where else can you go and play and entertain yourself and eat, you know?
Nobody has a counter like Skyline. It's just the best.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on Glicod.
As we are back here at Silver Creek to wrap it up here tonight on our opening broadcast basketball season on Glicod, it's time for tonight's Most Outstanding Players. Tonight's Most Outstanding Players brought to you by Skyline Chili on Grant Line Road near I-265. If it's game time, it's Skyline time. Jeff, Cooper, who are we thinking?
Charlestown. That's a tough one. I mean, they all – nobody had a really outstanding game, but I'm going to go with Austin Pickrell. I thought he was tasked with handling the ball most of the night, and I thought with Northern up in his grill all night, he did an outstanding job, honestly, and he was their leading scorer as well with 9 points. So I'm going with Austin Pickrell for Charlestown. For Silver Creek, and Brandon Northern. I mean, how can you pick anybody else? I mean, 30 points and probably close to 6 or 7 assists at least.
Yeah.
And, he just made it look easy at times. He's an outstanding player. I think he's one of the top guards in Indiana, the whole state, not just this area. And I think it's going to be really interesting as the season goes on to see how differently teams defend him. Are you going to box him, want him? Are you going to let him bring the ball up, get rid of it, and then deny him the rest of the trip down the court? Are you going to double team him when he gets the ball? These other guys, it's going to be interesting to see how that progresses throughout the season and how he reacts to all that. And but right now he's certainly having his way right now with averaging 30.5 points a game. But he'll be up to some different defenses this year, and it'll be fun to see how he plays.
Absolutely. Well, again, tonight's Most Outstanding Players brought to you by Skyline Chili on Grant Line Road near I-265. If it's game time, it's Skyline time. Also want to remind you to nominate your favorite student athlete for Glicod's Most Outstanding Student Athlete Award this winter. A male and female high school student will be recognized for their outstanding academic and athletic achievement during the fall sports season. For more information and to submit an application, visit glicod.com. Well, we've already heard some final thoughts on as far as playing Brandon Northern goes. Let's flip to the other side just quickly before we wrap things up this evening. This Charlestown team, they're young, and brand new coach in Matt Lynch. They're just going to be a work in progress, don't you think?
The whole season, I think coming about February, they're going to be a work in progress, and then hopefully they'll get more of the rotation. See who's they got to establish a score. Now Helton was the big scorer of the first game.
Yeah.
Tonight, not so much.
Yeah.
Trey Shane really locked him down.
Yep.
And that really hurt them because they had trouble scoring. Now the second half, I thought they played a lot better.
They did.
Honestly, they didn't really show much in the points, but I felt like they went to the basket more. They turned the ball over less. They rebounded better. So I think they settled in. It's a good team tonight they played.
Yep.
And, they are going to be a work in progress. And but I was impressed with how hard they played. And I think they're going to be, come February, they're going to be a lot better, and I wouldn't want to play them.
Well, want to remind everybody that what's coming up on Glicod quickly here, and Saturday night on WFIA 94.7. You can check out the Male Bulldogs versus the St. X Tigers in the 6A football championship ball game with Chris Blar and Bob Redman. Next week, I will be alongside Paul Love from right back here at Silver Creek High School for girls basketball action. Floyd Central at Silver Creek. That one Wednesday night at 7:30. Then next Friday, the Jeff Red Devils at the Seymour Owls with Chris Bar and Jeff Cooper. And then Saturday the 11th at 7:30, Caruthersville at Borden with myself and Paul Love on the call for that one. So that is what's coming up. For the most in-depth coverage of Southern Indiana high school sports, visit Glicod.com. And we want to thank tonight's on-site producer, Colby Martin. Want to thank our executive producer, Steve Bird. Yahir Velasco was our cameraman. For Jeff Cooper, I'm Dr. Todd Carter saying so long. And our final score once again, Silver Creek 73 at Charlestown 40. You've been watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on Glicod. Good night. God bless everybody.
Good night.
From Glicod, this has been Jim Butner Auto Southern Indiana High School Basketball. Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville, striving to keep you driving. Tonight's game was also brought to you by Interstate Batteries, the car battery auto techs prefer. By Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page, he puts you in good hands. By the Clark County Health Department, promoting a safe and healthy community. ClarkHealth.net. By Community Action of Southern Indiana, helping people, changing lives. By Centra Credit Union. Carter Family Dentistry in New Albany. State Farm Insurance Agent Teresa Lamb. Our Place. Burns Garage. Priority Radiology. And Clark County Sheriff Jamie Noel.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glicod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glicod.